All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe to our channel, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as the hot. You don't share it. As it dey hot, for the matter wey be say e dey happen for the land of the indigenous people of Biafra side wey they call Enugu State. Of course, you know that all those places are dominated. If the map of Biafra should be out today, those places are powerfully dominated by the indigenous people of Biafra. Even though the caliphate, the oligarchies, are struggling so hard to find a way into that particular territory because of how blessed that territory is. That particular area, Enugu State, is a well-blessed land. Of course, if you remember that place have a big mass land for farming. That's mass land for farming. But as it be, the people will be said the day for that side, people like say the villagers not too strong because now inside village. And for that Enugu State, some people where they travel from their main land, they go for inside that Nimbo for their farming. They stay there for like 6 months, 1 year, and they come back. But as it is, the caliphates, the oligarchies, have invaded that place so many times. The first invasion was 2016. Everybody thought that the then government was going to do something in order to be able to alleviate that situation. But nobody did anything. It was left that way. There was no investigation to be able to find out the people who perpetrated that particular barbaric act in that particular part of Enugu State and in Biafra land also. Meanwhile, the government of Enugu State just went to the family, met with them, consolidated them, mourned with them and the rest of them, and that was where it ended. And this year again, another similar incident has taken place also, right there in that Nimbo. You don't share it. But meanwhile, be that as it may, let's go down to the full detail of the information, make you see what in there happen. They said that Governor Mba react as security agencies arrest killers of police, vigilante operatives in Enugu. Security operatives have arrested scores of suspects who alleged spied police operatives and members of the neighborhood watch group in Ega, a community in Uzuwani local government area of Enugu State. The police spokesperson in the state, Daniel Ndukwe, announced that 2 police operatives and 3 members of the neighborhood watch group were killed in the community on Friday. Mr. Ndukwe, a deputy superintendent of police, said the victims were amongst a team of security agencies providing security for a team of visiting investors from Lagos State on a tour for a proposed agricultural investment site in the area. Look at that particular scenario and what happened there. They say these people were investors who were coming from Lagos to invest in that particular Nimbo area, which were attacked, and upon that, the neighborhood watch were sent to early judgment. Even the police people were sent to early judgment, and this is what is happening in the land. How are the investors going to come in to invest? It is very hard for the investors to come in to invest because, be that as it may, the insecurity in that particular area has chased out the investors. And the government is not looking into this thing. They are not taking it into account. Meanwhile, get a CB where it never be before. One man will be saying Yoruba man don't carry one input for Yoruba people. Say they themselves we want to secede from Nigeria. They say Tinubu alone no get right to give anybody freedom as far as Nigeria is concerned. Now, Yakasi, now in the talk that one, he said, Tinubu lacks power to allow any part of Nigeria to opt out. Yakasi cautions Yoruba secessionists. Of course, remember that Modibe Abiola, the wife of, not Modibe Abiola, yes, I'm right, came out the other time and declared the supreme nation of the Yorubas. He declared the Republic of Oduduwa, a woman for that matter. I think these people are people who have seen into this freedom. They have looked at the nation, if I should put it that way, and look at the mass of the people, a country that is above 270 million in number is being handled by one man. Now, if you go to Britain and check the landmark and other nations and you compare, then you see that NIG country is closing to China and countries like India, and the poverty rate in the nation is very high. And many people are suggesting that the best way is let everybody secede, divide the three protectorates, abolish the amalgamation, let everybody go their own way. Modibe Abiola said the same thing. Ojukwu said it first before now. Owazuke followed, who later turned his masop as if it is what is it called? More like a national guard. The same thing also if you go to Spain, the Catalonians. Up until now, the Catalonians are fighting for the decision to secede from Spain, of which you know that if that happens, there will be a division. People like the Barcelonians and the rest of them, those things will be divided. Meanwhile, but let's bring it back to the land, is that as it be, the insecurity where we say the government people don't bring it, don't print it. But make I carry you go to the full detail of that thing where Yakasi they talk. They say Second Republic politician Tanko Yakasi has cautioned agitators for a separate Yoruba state that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no power to cede away any part of Nigeria or allow any part of Nigeria to break away from the present arrangement. The elder statesman spoke against the backdrop of a recent exploit by a secessionist group, Yoruba Nation, to mount the flag of Oduduwa Nation at the Oyo State House of Assembly and the sympathy they had enjoyed so far among some Yoruba elites. Speaking to Sunday, soon in Kano, Yakasi stressed that despite being Yoruba, this president nor any other Nigerian has no power in the Nigeria constitution to allow any entity or group of entities within the Nigeria setup to opt out and become an independent nation. As a matter of fact, there is no provision in the Nigeria constitution that permits any part of the country to move out of the federation as it is presently constituted, he declared. According to Yakasi, for anybody or group to think of opting out of Nigeria, the 1999 constitution has to be written to mark provision to such a scenario, or for the secession of interested groups and regions from the present union. My advice to those of them who are interested and are bent on opting out of Nigeria, my advice to them is rather than pressurize President Tinubu to allow them to go, they should advocate for the writing of the nation's constitution to pave way for them to pursue their objectives, he stated. While acknowledging that in a democracy, every individual and group is entitled to their own views and opinion on matters on governance and politics. He insisted that their opinions and views must, however, be tending with the provisions of the constitution of the land. When reminded of the obstacles underlying the writing of the Nigerian constitution, including the fact that the nation's constitution is a military creation, Yakasi only noted that silence is consent. According to him, since none of these advocates have protested the execution of secession in the 1999 Constitution, it is given that their silence is an affirmation of whatever is provided in the Constitution. Sunday Sun recalls that on Saturday, April 13th, a group of 18 masked persons dressed in army camouflage, armed with rifles, charms, and Odua Nation's flag unsuccessfully attempted to take over the Oyo State Government House to proclaim the emergence of an independent Yoruba nation. Similarly, the Yoruba Self-Determination Group led by Banji Akintoye and Sunday Adeyemo, popularly Sunday Igboho, had days ago written an open letter to President Bola Tinubu seeking a peaceful back away of the Yoruba people from Nigeria. The group implored the president to establish a negotiation team with them and dialogue with them within the next 2 months. I hope when I don't see as it happen for that particular matter. If you see as it happen for Bodo, myself I go tell you say as it be the government where we say we get now what they call talking on. Government they match up for them. They collect loan from other foreign countries. They collect from China, from Europe, from World Bank and the rest of them. And the politicians they ride on Land Cruisers. Meanwhile, the subjects are inside gallops and clotas and the rest of them. But meanwhile, I don't have anything to say now when it concerns that matter, because if I talk now and I go say, Nyoko Poos, you don't come again, you don't want to talk. But meanwhile, make a wind down the curtain here. On the next edition, me and you will get together. But don't forget to just stop down there, hit on the like button, on the share button, and also remember to subscribe so that whenever we go to drop news, remember, you'll be the first. We will collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you.